Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Thermal Engineering by Manuk Shendre. In the today's video lecture, we will see the first numerical on the single stage impulse turbine, which comes under model number 3, steam turbines. This video is made exclusively for VTU students, those who are studying in 5th semester mechanical engineering. Okay, so let us read the problem carefully. Steam issues from the nozzle of a single stage impulse turbine with a velocity of 900 meter per second. The nozzle angle is 20 degrees. Mean blade diameter is 50 centimeter. The rotor speed is 10,000 rpm. Steam flow is 0.18 kg per second. Draw the velocity triangle and calculate the following. The first bit is tangential force, second bit is axial force, third bit is power developed, fourth bit is blade efficiency, and fifth bit is inlet angle of the blade for the frictionless steam flow. Okay, steam flow rate for the frictionless steam flow. Okay, now this was also in the previous year examinations as well. Okay, so of course this problem can be solved by using the graphical method. So we will prefer the graphical method rather than going for analytical method, which is time consuming, okay, and the tedious task. So graphical approach is the best method, or it will consume the less amount of time and we'll get the answers. Okay, so after reading the problem carefully, let us try to write down the given data. So the type of turbine is a single stage impulse turbine, and the velocity of steam at the exit of nozzle is 900 meter per second. Steam velocity, steam velocity that is represented by V1. So no confusion. If we give the steam velocity at the exit of nozzle to take V1, sometimes he will give absolute velocity of steam at the inlet of blade, at the inlet of blade. Both the meanings are same. So you are supposed to take V1, okay? Exit velocity of steam from the nozzle or inlet velocity of steam to the runner or the blade, okay? Or sometimes he will give that the velocity at which steam hits the blade, the first flow of blade. So in that case also you have to take the V1 as well, okay? So that is 900 meter per second. The velocity V1 is 900 meter per second. Next one. The nozzle angle is 20 degrees. As I said, the nozzle angle is represented by alpha 1. Nozzle angle is represented by alpha 1. That is 20 degrees. Next, the mean blade diameter is 50 centimeter. Blade dia or rotor diameter, blade dia is D equals to 50 centimeter. Do take in terms of meters, that is 0.5 meters. Okay. Now the rotor speed is 10,000 rpm. Rotor speed, it is represented by N equals to 10,000 rpm. Next, the steam flow rate is 0.18 kg per second. Steam flow rate. So it is represented by m dot, which is 0.18 kg per second. 0.18 kg per second. Okay. So here we need to draw the velocity triangle and we need to calculate the unknowns. Like the first one is axial force, second one is the tangential force, next blade efficiency, power development, and inlet blade angle, the rotor. Okay. So that is beta 1. After writing all these data, okay, so what are the unknowns to find, to be calculated or to find? First bit, the tangential force Ft, B bit the axial force Fa, C bit the power developed P, D bit blade efficiency meter P, and last bit is inlet blade angle beta 1 equals to how much? Okay. The last is a very important point, frictionless steam flow. The frictionless steam flow. So here we need to ignore or we need to neglect the losses due to the friction. So in that case, we supposed to take VR1 equals to VR2. The relative velocity component at the inlet is equals to relative velocity component at the outlet. The next step is to draw the combined velocity triangle. So this is not for the scale, just it is for your reference. Okay. So first draw the horizontal line. This represents the tangential velocity u. This is not as per the scale. Okay. You can draw freehand sketch. So this is v1, the absolute velocity. This is vr1, relative velocity component at the inlet. Its vertical component is vf1, the flow velocity component vf1. The horizontal line as it is. Okay. This is alpha 1 and this is beta 1. This is alpha 1 and this is beta 1. Okay. The horizontal component is VU1 here. The horizontal component is VU1, the tangential velocity component. This is the inlet velocity triangle. The corresponding outlet velocity triangle is this. This will be VR2. This is V2. And the vertical component is VF2. The flow velocity component VF2. And this is alpha 2 here. And this is beta 2. So beta 1 and beta 2 are the corresponding angles for VR1 and VR2 respectively. Similarly, alpha 1 and alpha 2 are corresponding angles for V1 and V2 respectively. Okay. Name all the vertices A, B, C, D, E and F. The DE is VU2, the tangential velocity component at the outlet. Now the next important thing is we have to calculate, okay, speed is given and diameter of the rotor is also given. So use the formula U equals to pi d n by 60. Substitute the values. Pi into d is 0.5 into n is 10,000 divided by 60. So you will get the value of U as 262 meter per seconds. 262 meter per seconds. This is the value of tangential velocity. Now here, the next important thing is, as we are doing in the graph paper, we are solving this numerical by using the graph paper. So we are supposed to use the graph and we have to adjust the appropriate scale as well. Okay. So you have to adjust the scale such that the U should be in between 2.5 to 4 centimeters. In between 2.5 to 4 centimeters. So if I take the scale as 1 centimeter equals to 100 meter per second. So in terms of centimeter, I'll get U equals to 2.62 centimeters. So okay, no problem. We can adjust the scale. Okay. Now take the scale as 1 centimeter equals to 100 meter per second. 1 centimeter equals to 100 meter per second. Okay. So here U is 2.62, U will be equals to 2.62 centimeters. Now here, draw the horizontal line first. Okay. Now if this is your graph paper, okay, so just keep it in landscape mode and leave 2 centimeter from the bottom, just 2 centimeter from the bottom and start drawing. Okay, here you have to draw the 2 centimeter line. Okay, so just draw along with me. So U is equal to 2.62 centimeters. 2.62 centimeters. Okay, this is of course CD, line CD. Now from point D, V1 is emerging. V1 is emerging, which is at an angle alpha 1 equals to, of course, the given angle is 20 degrees and V1 equals to 900 meter per second. So as per the scale, we have to take V1 equals to 9 centimeter. 9 centimeter line at an angle alpha 1 equals to 20 degrees. So keep the protractor on point D, and measure the angle that is in clockwise direction, because we have to draw the analogous figure to this. This is our reference. This is our reference figure. Okay. So according to this, we have to draw as per the scale. Fine. Now keep the protractor on point D and measure the angle 20 degrees. And from that point D, extend that line up to 9 centimeters because V1 equals to 900 meter per second. Okay. Now this is the V1 line up to A here. So V1 equals to 9 centimeters. Now join AB, okay, sorry, AC, join AC here. This is VR1, the relative velocity component VR1, and from A, drop a vertical line up till point B. Just drop a vertical line, okay? Now join DC here. Join DC. Okay. So this is beta 1, this is beta 1, and this is alpha 1 here. This is alpha 1, beta 1 and alpha 1, right? Now here, in one of the unknown, that is bit E, fifth bit, we have to calculate the value of beta 1. So keep the product on point C and measure the angle beta 1, so that will be the required answer for fifth bit, okay? Fine. Now we have to measure VR1. Use a scale and measure VR1. So you can write here from graph VR1 equals to, from graph VR1 equals to, from graph VR1 equals to, so just measure by using the scale. VR1 equals to 6.5 centimeter, 6.5 centimeter, or in terms of meter per second, just multiply with 100, you'll get in terms of meter per second, 650 meter per second. And there is no frictional losses during flow, so VR1 will be equals to VR2, okay? So whatever the value you got, same value you get VR2, okay? Similarly, after measuring the value of beta 1, that is beta 1 equals to, beta 1 equals to around, you'll get approximately 28 degrees, 28 degrees. Since the blades are equiangular, in one of the statement he has given, okay, fine. The blades are equiangular. If we consider the blades are equiangular, then we are supposed to take beta 1 equals to beta 2. Beta 1 equals to beta 2. That is 28 degrees. Fine. Okay. Now here from point C, VR2 is emerging. VR2 is at an angle of beta 2, that is 28 degrees. Okay. So VR1 and VR2 both are same. So you can take here beta 1 equals to beta 2. So VR2 is also equals to 6.5 centimeter. VR2 equals to 6.5 centimeters. This is F. This is beta 2 as it is. And join FD. FD is V2 here. FD is V2 here, right? Now from F, drop a vertical line up till E. Up till E. This is VF2. And join DE. This is alpha 2. Join DE. This is alpha 2. Okay? Hope this is clear. Now this B to D, the horizontal component is VU1 and this horizontal component DE is VU2. This is VU2. Now the algebraic sum of VU1 and VU2 is delta VU. Delta VU. The algebraic sum of VU1 and VU2. Just you need to measure the total length from B to E, you will get the value of delta VU. Delta VU. Okay. So the next step is fine. So here VU1 I can take right here. The total length of delta VU is around mm, okay. The total length of delta VU is around 11.5 centimeter. Okay. So let me write here from graph delta VU equals to 11.5 centimeters, or just multiply with 100, you get 1150 meter per second. 1150 meter per second. So this is the value of delta VU. Similarly, you can get the value of VF1 and VF2 as well. So VF1 equals to 3.27 centimeters, or 327 meter per second. Similarly, VF2 equals to VF2 equals to 3.1 centimeters. Okay, so approximately you will get the same, because beta 1 is equals to beta 2, and also VR1 is equals to VR2, both are same. So ultimately you will get the value of VF1 equals to VF2, both are same. So 3.27 centimeters, which is equals to 327 meter per second, both are same. Okay, hope this is clear. Now the next step is to calculate all the unknowns. Okay, next step is to calculate all the unknowns. So first we will proceed to the first bit, that is Ft, the flow velocity or the tangential force Ft. So Ft is given by, we know the formula, m dot by Gc into Vu1 plus Vu2, or m dot is 0.18 divided by Gc value is always equals to 1 into Vu1 plus Vu2 is delta Vu, that is 1150 meter per second, 1150 meter per second. So remember guys, whenever you substitute the values, the velocity values in equations, in the formulas, you are supposed to take in terms of meter per seconds only. You are supposed to take in terms of meter per seconds. Okay. So the value of axial thrust or tangential force, sorry, the tangential force is 207 newtons. 207 newtons. This is the value of Ft. Answer for first bit. Similarly, the second bit is Fa, the axial force. It is given by m dot by Gc into Vf1 minus Vf2. So why we have to take the minus sign here? Because the direction of Vf1 and Vf2 are towards upward. They are same. So they are same. So that's why we have to take the minus sign in the formula. And of course, Vf1 is equals to Vf2. So ultimately, the axial force value is equals to 0. Okay. Now let's proceed to the third bit. Third bit is power P. Power P equals to m dot by Gc into U into delta V. M dot by Gc into U into delta V. M dot is 0.18, 0.18 into U is 262 into delta VU is 1150, 1150 divided by Gc is 1, and if you want to get the power in terms of kilowatts, just divide by 1000. So the expected answer for power is 54.23. Okay, 54.23. This is in kilowatts. This is in kilowatts. 54.23. It is in kilowatts. Okay. Now the next bit is D bit, blade efficiency. Let me calculate here the blade efficiency, fifth bit. This is a fourth bit. Sorry, fourth bit. The blade efficiency, meter P equals to So the formula for blade efficiency is 2u delta vu divided by v1 square, and of course we have to multiply with 100 to get the efficiency in terms of percentage. So substitute all the values. 2 into u is 262 into delta vu is 1150 divided by v1 square, and v1 is 900 square into 100. So therefore the blade efficiency is 74.4%. 74.4%. This is the value of blade efficiency, or the answer for fourth bit. The last bit is beta 1, which is already calculated. Beta 1 is equals to 28 degrees. The answer for last bit E bit is beta 1 equals to 28 degrees. So kindly add one more sentence in the question, that is the blades are equiangular. Then only we can take beta 1 equals to beta 2. Okay, hope this is clear. If you find anywhere any difficulty, kindly watch this video repeatedly, and still if you have any doubts, you can put your queries in the comment box. Okay, fine. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video completely, and have a nice day.